2.89 billion. That's billion with a B. That's how many users there are on Facebook each and every month. Now imagine if your community, your ministry, could reach just a fraction of those people with one of your posts or all of your posts. And you actually can. Now you need to use Facebook ads because, people, the world, Facebook wants to make money off of social media, which is a whole other video perhaps, maybe a whole other series. But we're here today to help you figure out how to use these Facebook demographics. How do you actually target the people you want to reach? Because while Facebook ads might not be the easiest thing on the internet to navigate, they are powerful. In a previous video, we discussed the basics of Facebook ads and boosting posts, so if you want to check that out, click above. But if you want a deeper dive, I'm going to go back on my computer right now so that we can actually take a look and discuss how can we target our people with these ads. First, I need to get off my desk. Oh, and if we have not met yet, my name is Sammy, and I am one half of two co-owners here at Digivangelism. We try to help progressive leaders of spiritual communities share hope, healing, and light online. All right, let me navigate here to my computer. Setting up. Anyway, while the computer turns on, one of the best ways that we do this, help progressive leaders of spiritual communities share hope, healing, and light online, is by actually making free content, videos, blog posts on our website, digivangelism.org. We're very active on Instagram, kind of active on TikTok. TikTok is its own beast, But yeah, if digital ministry goodness would be helpful for you and your community, hit subscribe. We also have made some t-shirts. This one's actually one that didn't go as planned, and so if you follow our social media, you might be able to get a very, very cheap version of one of the ones that we're getting rid of. All right, enough chit-chat. With no further ado, let's talk about Facebook ads. All right, well, welcome to my computer, and obviously this is not the wall behind me, but we got a nice little Digi background going on. We are going to share our screen. I'm going to share my screen so I can show you about how to target your audience on Facebook. So here is Digivangelism's Facebook page. If you haven't followed us yet, why not jump on right now? Give us a like. We like to post as much as we can get to, but again, we're helping progressive leaders of spiritual communities share hope, healing, and light online. Great. So if you have a church page or ministry page or a page that you are using to share hope, healing, and light, and you would like to make an ad, if you are an admin, you can click on the page and then go over to the left side here where you should have an option as far as the ad center. Now, if you're not an admin, you need to become an admin if you want to do these things. If you don't have a page, you need to make a page. So we got an ad center, and that will bring us here. And actually, let's go back a step, because it is going to bring us here where we have to choose a goal. What a great thing that Facebook makes us decide on a goal for our ads before we make them. This is a good practice. If you're doing anything online, good to think of what the goal is before you just go and do it. So if we're making an ad, we are figuring out, are we trying to get more purchases? That's probably not a good guess for you, but maybe more website visitors. Perhaps you're just promoting your page in general. Getting people to contact you. Like, these are great options, but you need to pick one. And this is going to help Facebook to target people effectively as well. So I'm just going to say promote page. That's what I had before. So let's go there. You can edit this description here, a good one-liner. You don't have to get too in detailed there. But I would recommend checking out these previews because, as you can see, our title gets cut off here. Like, this is not a good image option for us. If we were to post this ad right now, our name would be cut off. And maybe that doesn't matter in the scheme of things, but if you have something that's important information there and it's getting cut off in the ad, change the picture, change the aspect ratio, jump on to Canva. If you need Canva advice, I'll link a video up here. But because I'm not actually going to post this, I'm just going to leave that as is right now because I want to talk about this audience section. This is really what we want to get into. I think this is the address of our PO box. I'm not familiar with this address, so I think that is actually our PO box at the post office. But that's like the smart audience that Facebook just kind of guessed that would be good for us. I wouldn't recommend going with that. We're going to talk about choosing people through targeting. And so I am going to actually edit that. All right, so now we're editing our audience here. You can change the age range if that's helpful for who you are targeting. If you need to select gender, if that's important to you, great. Location, great. But I want to talk about this detailed targeting here because this can be both very helpful and a little overwhelming for people. And this is a nice scale here to tell us if our audience is way too specific, not going to really work for us, or too broad. Let's get more specific if we can. So we're in the detailed targeting section. Demographics. Here are some categories I'm just going to discuss quickly, and then we'll get into what's down here. So demographics, it covers what you'd expect in this category, and then some, honestly. Age, gender, education, income, geographic location, relationship status, all that sort of thing, all those sort of things. The list really goes on and on. You can get as specific as you'd like to, but just keep an eye on that little scale when we go back then to make sure you're not too specific. Interest category gets kind of more interesting here. You can drill down. Does your audience like a specific type of entertainment? Are they into a fitness activity that you're trying to target them, or a specific hobby? Even a relationship category. Are they dating? Are they a parent of a certain age child? Like, there's specifics that may not be helpful for you, but if one of them happens to overlap, like you are looking for someone that is into auto racing, boom, you can find those people specifically, which is kind of cool if that works out for you. Behaviors, again, this could be really helpful if something happens to connect with the type of person you're looking for. If you want people whose anniversary were within 61 to 90 days, there you go. But it might not also be that helpful. As you probably saw me clicking around, you just need to know that you can actually click these and expand these options, because if you're just like parents, all parents, okay, what's that about? But you keep clicking. See, this sort of thing is really helpful then if you can select parents with preschoolers, because maybe you want to target this ad to preschoolers, which is a little bit different than parents of teenagers or parents of adult children. So use those details as you're able. All right, so let's say I want to target parents of preteens who, oh boy, are divorced, because we have a ministry for those folks, and that's who we want to target. Great. So I'm going to go back, check that out. Okay, I'm still in a good spot. Still in a good spot there. I'm going to save that audience, and now I'm going to go down to this budget thing. So when it comes to how many days you're going to run this, Facebook does recommend that you make the duration at least 4 days. Depending on the marketing budget that you have, you could bump up the duration and watch this number potential reach grow. You've got these estimates. It's really, they're really trying to make sure that this is not an exact science, but that this is about how many people might be reached by your ad. So a real key takeaway with this is that you are setting the limit. You are picking how much money is spent per day. This is the max that you're going to be spending. This is your budget. And then you put it on there, and Facebook might honestly not spend it all, but they're not going to charge you more than that. That's really important to know, so you're not just like opening your pocket for Facebook to be like, okay, here we go. Another key takeaway is just to remember that there is a goal behind this. This goal is to promote our page. Okay, so whatever your ad is trying to do, remember that you told Facebook one thing, and Facebook's going to try to do that one thing. So if you're promoting your page and you're frustrated that you're not getting a lot of people contacting you or visiting your website, recognize that that was not the goal, and maybe you need another goal if that is something you want to do. Another important takeaway, if you are all up in these metrics and you see all these options ahead of you, like it can get very difficult to remember that you're actually dealing with people as you're clicking these buttons, okay? So even though you're like getting into the weeds about whether these people like rabbits or reptiles, remember it's about the connections. It's not necessarily about the characteristics that are listed here. Keep in mind that this ad is trying to reach a targeted audience, but the targeted audience is people. So don't get too overwhelmed, because you know how to deal with people. I know the tech part can get a little confusing, but you got this. There's people on the other end of the screen. You're just trying to figure out how to reach them best. Another key takeaway for you, I know that this can be a little overwhelming to see, whether it's $35 or $3,500, that's going to break somebody's budget somewhere. So just try not to be overwhelmed that it's costing you money, but really think about the opportunity that this is opening a door for connection that was not there before. Facebook prioritizes ads. You can certainly get organic reach on these sites, but paying for ads is going to make it a lot more likely that you will actually reach the people that you're seeking. So that is it for today. I would just encourage you to be bold with this, and don't be afraid of making mistakes, because the only way that you're going to learn is to try. I think you will be surprised as you put ads on things. You're going to get different people reaching out, different people connecting with your community, but it might not be the perfect situation on your first ad. So just kind of take notes, learn as you go, and keep trying it over and over again. They do work. Even with a little amount of money, they do work. So if this video was helpful at all for you and you weren't too freaked out by my disappearing hands here, I would recommend that you just subscribe to our channel because we do put these videos out every single week. We've got a lot of other great content out there on our channel, so do check it out. Let us know what was most helpful. We are always open for comments and suggestions. Today we brought the knowledge. We hope that you will put it into action and reach your people where they are online. Peace. Peace. I said peace.